Hello, come by and welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. In this video, we're going to be looking at 10 decks. It's the start of the season, so we're going to be looking at some decks for the two new cards, Iron Patriot and Victoria Hand, as well as some other decks that hit Infinite that aren't using the new cards. There's not an even amount for each of the new cards, because there's a lot of crossover, you'll see. So there's a couple of Iron Patriot only decks, a couple of Victoria Hand only decks, decks with them both in it, and then some decks without any in it. Before we get into it, we should probably talk about the new cards. Let me switch. Oops, this one. So the Battle Pass card. Honestly, I actually like this card. It adds a little something to the game where you fight for something a little bit early. There's plenty of ways to protect it, right? You can like play it, and if you've got initiative, you can NTW it. You could Juggernaut it. You can go big like Gladiator or something like that, or like other cards like the Guardians and stuff like that to get some power in there. You could do the Groot and Rocket card from last week or whenever it was. So there's plenty of ways to defend it, which is really nice. And then the other card where it happened, let me quickly pull up. Where is she? Oh. Oops. Oh, there. Oops, there we go. There she is. And then the other card, the Season Pass card. Honestly, this card probably the one I prefer, because I feel like she opens up a little bit more. But then again, they both go together. She's kind of nice, but you can play them both separately, right? I feel like this opens up a little bit more for like the Dino type stuff, where you just going full card gen, but you're actually playing without the Dino because the Dino's a little slow, and you want to empty your hand with some buffed cards, right? So I prefer this little bit Iron Patriot, but Iron Patriot's probably a little bit more flexible. So Iron Patriot's probably the stronger of the two because it's more flexible, right? You can just stick it in a deck if you want to, and you've got a strong 3 to follow it up because you're not really losing anything, and you've got a potential of gaining a strong card for cheap. And if it goes wrong, you don't need to fight for the lane, right? If it gives you a terrible card you're not going to use, just ignore it. Anyways, let's start looking at the deck, shall we? This one. Oh, there we go. So, first deck up is like a Double Dino Gore type stuff with Wiccan, so it's probably like more of a Wiccan deck, right? But you got your Dino and your Gore in here. You got some card gen, Hawkeye, or Kate. Iron Patriot's going to spawn some cards, so Agent Coulson, right? And then you've got ways of copying the on reveals. I mean, ongoing Devil Dino and Gore with Mystique if you want to. Gladiator NTW helps you win the Iron Patriot lane. Strong, Shang-Chi, good card. Fenris, you've got 3 ways of destroying a card, so you can bring it back with Fenris. Right, where are we? Down here, deck number 2. Deck number 2 is a Galacta Iron Patriot deck. So you still got the base Galacta package, but you really just added an Iron Patriot in here, right? And I'm not sure if Kate was in here. I think these two are like the two, and maybe Gladiators just kind of came in here. But the rest of it was kind of a standard package for Galacta, right? Maybe not NTW, but like you just kind of added in like the Iron Patriot stuff, so you probably added in Iron Patriot and stuff like that, right? So that you can get a cheap card, Galacta it, can't go wrong with that. Third deck is Agent Venom stuff. So again, this is just one of these ones where you just added Iron Patriot into a deck where you the way you could win the Iron Patriot early. So you've got some early tempo. You get your Phoenix, you get your Kitty, you get your Agent Venom, you get all these cards. Like if you Iron Patriot into Venom, I don't know, Kitty or something like that, right? You're probably winning that. Like just Agent Venom alone's probably winning it, unless you're getting like Gladiated, and then even then, if it's alone, like if you got the Iron Patriot in the lane alone, it's kind of hard to beat that. It's 8 power, right? And that's without putting another 1-drop with it. So, get some bit of power. And now we go on to our next deck. Next deck. This has gone both, yeah, right? This has gone both. I think this was best list, which is kind of interesting. You know, you got your early tempos for your Vicky Hand, your Iron Patriot, so you can fight for that again. There's no real big fighting for Iron Patriot, right? You've got like speed if you've played everything off the curve, Red Guardian, maybe if they go first, maybe a hook like a demon, something like that, right? So you don't really have that big card. You don't have like the NTW or the Gladiator or a Juggernaut, something like that, to actually freely win it. But you've got plenty of cards to win it. And then you've got Frigga in here to copy the Iron Patriot card. Or I could copy the Anti-Venom card if you get a good Anti-Venom. You got Luke Cage in there for that. And this is a deck that I'm going to give a try out. I'll probably change it a little bit because I like to have NTW in here. But that's that deck. Next up, we have another one where we're playing on both. This is just full card gen. You got Wiccan, so you can file out some stuff. You get your tech cards, and here with Shang-Chi and Enchantress. And then you got a crap ton of card gen, right? So you got Quinjet to reduce it all, Collector to get the both. Then you got Mariah, Kay, Agent Coulson. You ain't really got a lot. I don't feel like. Where's the rest of it? I feel like this is missing something, right? That's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 card gens. I mean, it works, right? You just get the Wicked so you can play your Coulsons out. Not as great as I thought it was going to be when I seen Collector. I thought it'd have a little bit more card gen, but it's like it's a Wiccan deck where you can play your tech cards, especially if you Zabu these. If you got your Zabu down on your Shang-Chi and your Enchantress, right, and you get to hit your Wiccan, you can play them with an Agent Coulson. They get buffed up by Vicky Hand, Iron Patriot, so it's still pretty decent. I thought it was a little bit more card gen. Okay, now we're on to. Oh, this is the one. Right, this has got a little bit more collector stuff, right? This is a Vicky Hand deck. No Agent. No Patriot in here, right? I know Iron Patriot. You could put Patriot in here for some if you wanted to, right? You got all these card gens. You got Kitty, Mariah, Snowguard, Kate, Coulson, and you've got ways to double hit him with Iron Lad. You've got Loki in here if you've drawn all your good cards and you want to Loki it up, right? Kitty keeps bouncing on Angela and getting collector buffs, stuff like that, right? And then Vicky Hand buffs up all the random RNG. Yeah, okay. Next up, we have Discard with Vicky Hand. This is for your Swarms. Make your Swarms a 0/5. Yeah, and if you got your Helicardier gets buffed. You still got the discard package in here, right? You're just not running Dracula, which maybe you should probably get rid of APOC. I don't think you're gonna play it because I don't think it's not. It goes back to your hand, so it's not creating it. So it doesn't work with Vicky Hand. So maybe you get rid of APOC here. I would anyways for a Gambit or something like that. Something like that. But I don't see the point in running APOC if you're not running Drac, you know. And then we're onto the decks that don't have the two new cards here. So this was a Celine Junk deck. I can't stand facing Junk, but I've seen this hit Infinite, like came into Infinite like top 20, top 30, something like that. So I wanted to show this off. Just a standard Junk deck with Celine in here. You don't really see Celine often, but you've got the basic stuff. You know, you got your Debris, your Goblins, Cannonballs, your Elias. You know, the really annoying stuff that you hate to see. And then next up was a Surfer deck. Seeing this hit high Infinite as well, like fast Infinite. Hand buff Surfer deck, so you get your buffs, you get your Shabazz, your Forges, Nakia, Galactic Gwens, Surfer, all this, you buff everything up nice and big. And lastly, we've got the Doom Scream deck. I posted this last week. People like love this type of deck, so I wanted to show it again in case anyone missed it. But this is a strong deck that I've seen a lot of people getting Infinite with versions of this. Obviously, people change it up. You can change it up how you want. Like there's other cards you can put in here. You don't have these. It's flexible enough as long as you get some move card or you keep with a. You don't need the Sandman, but also the Sandman's good against these Vicky Hand stuff, right? You make them cost one more, and these are Iron Patriot decks, right? You catch them out with a Sandman. Yeah, he's what it is. Anyways, enough rambling. Enjoy the video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will catch you tomorrow for another video.